Hello everyone! So I am doing things a little differently this month, and I am sharing this month's inspirational message via video instead of writing. So I'm really just following God, Universe, Source, or what I like to call Gus. Gus's divine guidance on just, sharing and kind of guiding me to speak this to you face to face, because writing about this might not be as beneficial. And what's really coming through this month is just to really speak about and touch on the energy that we are all experiencing in our own unique ways. But it would be safe to say that we are all kind of experiencing a lot of heavy energy, a lot of confusion. There is maybe, just so much uncertainty and at times dark energy or this darkness. And this is all true, right? Like, there's just so many waves of emotion that you might be experiencing during this time, and that is completely normal. That is completely normal. So my first message to you is to please be gentle with yourself, to not suppress the emotions that you are feeling or the energy that you are feeling, but to allow yourself to sit with it for a bit, to speak about it, whether it's to someone close to you or with a professional, and also just to find ways to move through it. And we'll kind of talk about that a little bit today too. But one thing is for certain is that this particular time on earth and this life, it is really calling us to go inward. This time is calling us to get very clear about what it is that what it is that we've maybe been suppressing for a long time. Also, to reassess our lives. It's calling us to meet our shadows and to maybe come face to face with some imbalances that we have been putting off for quite a while. This is also a time for us to really assess our values, not only just for ourselves, but for how we are showing up in our community and in the world, and how we want to perhaps make a difference in the world as well. So this point in time is calling us to, again, go inward so that we can get clear, and also to step into our power. And that doesn't happen when we are busy bees, just going with the flow, going with our day-to-day business nonstop, right? That happens when we experience this pause and these moments where there's this discomfort, perhaps fear. That's where the true growth happens. So one thing that has really come through just within meditation and connecting to the divine guidance is that there is a big energetic flush that is happening right now. Yes, it's happening within the world. And just, again, the values, how things are being done, how we are treating Mother Earth, how we are treating each other. It's such a big thing. But today I really want to speak about more of the internal, like within ourselves. And this is very uncomfortable, but it's also very powerful. So with this being said, there is so much that is out of our control right now. There's so much that is out of our control. And there will be moments where you are feeling a lot of resistance and anger and perhaps anxiety. And again, to be gentle with yourself during these moments. But also to see when you are experiencing those emotions, use it as a sign that it's time for you to go inward and really ask yourself, what is it that I can do, or what is it that I can control right now that will allow me to release some of this energy and perhaps shift my energetic frequency. So again, I want to be very clear. I don't want you to, when you're feeling these things, I don't want you to see them as bad. I don't want you to see them as negative. Anger, frustration, resistance, anxiety, those are all emotions and energy that we at times need to feel, and we should feel. We shouldn't resist them or try to avoid them, but using them as a sign that there is maybe some inner work that needs to be done, or could be done if you choose. So again, focusing more on what it is that you can control and finding clarity with that. So I have a few steps for you to take. The first one is to really just pause and ask yourself how you are feeling right now. Especially in those moments where you are maybe reacting or responding in a way that doesn't feel in alignment for you, take that pause, maybe it's a few minutes, to just be like, how am I feeling? And I want you to think about it emotionally, physically, and energetically. So thinking about those things, how am I feeling right now? Honor those feelings, see them. And then 2 is to get clear about how you want to feel. So I don't want you to have shame on that you're feeling, number 1, like whether it's the anger, frustration, anxiousness, depression, whatever it might be. We're not going to judge it, but it's beautiful that we can say like, hey, I don't want to feel that way. But instead I would rather I want to feel empowered. I want to feel lighter. I want to feel just, not so drained. I want to feel vibrant. So get clear about how you do want to feel. Sometimes we focus too much on number 1. And then number 3 is, I want you to assess, what are some things that I can add into my life that will allow me to shift out of those number 1 emotions and feelings and energy, right? So maybe it's something that you can add, make it something simple, make it something small, so it's attainable, especially if you're already feeling overwhelmed. So think about, what is it that I can add into my life, whether it's a practice, maybe it's just a nutritious meal, maybe it's drinking a lot of water, maybe it's going for a walk. And then also, on the flip side of that, you could also even think about, what is something that maybe you need to limit or let go of? And that could be anything along the lines of habits. It could be limiting beliefs that you might have. It could be relationships. It could be environment. And so we're not saying that you have to completely get rid of them, but I really want you to just take this moment to think, are there certain habits, relationships, limiting beliefs, environments that are draining my energy so much right now? Another thing that came through was conversations. Are there conversations that we're having right now that are really draining my energy? So I want you to think about those 3 things. Write them out in front of you and just honor them. And take the action to maybe add that one thing or let go of that one thing, or maybe it's one of each. Whatever feels in alignment for you, whatever feels good for you. So I hope that this makes sense. I hope that this just brings some clarity, maybe some insight that's coming through already for you. And if you want to take this a step further, I am doing a 7-day, it's a free 7-day energetic reset starting next week, which is Monday, July 13th. So I will be posting the link below. So if you just scroll down, I will link it up to the Facebook event page. So you can just say that you're going, and in that event page, I will be doing daily lives starting at 6:30 a.m. Our practice together will be 30 minutes. If you cannot make it during that time, I will be posting the replay on the event page, and we will be doing that for 7 days. The content for this will not be up forever. I am only going to keep it up for the 7 days, maybe an 8th day, but after that it will be gone. And I really invite you to commit to set aside 20 to 30 minutes each day this upcoming week to allow yourself to open up and to perhaps shake off some of that uncertainty, some of that heavy energy, some of that frustration, anger, and to step into more of a flowing, heart-centered, nurturing energy. So I invite you to join me next week. And then also, if you scroll below, you will find some other beautiful opportunities that I have coming up, a few classes, and also my new course that I will be releasing at the end of this month. I'm so excited for it. So yes, and that has a lot to do with energy and alignment as well. So if this is something that you are feeling really called to, please know that there is more content that is coming your way. I love you all so much. We are in this together. Continue to learn more about yourself, emotionally, physically, and energetically. Be there for each other. Open your heart and your mind. And let's just be kind to one another. I love you all so much.